Hello guys, my name is Godsent of Scentfarms, and on today's video I'm going to be briefly telling you how you can get your rabbit kids to grow faster. Now the first thing you want to do is to make sure that before you stock your rabbit, I always emphasize this, get your breeding stock from a trusted rabbit breeder. In that way you are assured of getting a very good stock of rabbits. Now after getting your breeding stock from a trusted supplier, the next thing you want to do is to ensure that you get a very good feed to feed those rabbits. Yes, not just any feed, a very good feed that is having all the nutrient requirements at a very balanced percentage. You want to feed your weaners a feed that has nothing less than 15% protein content in it. In that way it helps them to grow faster. As we know, kids requires a much quantity of protein compared to the fats, the fiber and other mineral or nutrients that will be present in the feed, unlike the adult ones. But if you're using the chicken feed, you should be going for the starter. You should be using the starter because the starters of every chicken feed has a high protein content. And if you're formulating your feed yourself, you know what to do, you know how to get your calculations right to get a minimum of 15% protein content. Now the third thing I want to tell you is that you want to try as much as possible to keep your rabbit's health in check. That is, keeping their health, their medical record up to date. That is treating for coccidiosis as at when due, and also you want to treat for worm. You want to deworm them as at when due and give them antibiotics as at when due. You want to keep their medical record up to date. Then the fifth one is going to be the fifth point I want to highlight to you guys is going to be spacing your rabbits properly. That is, after weaning. When you're weaning your kids, you want to ensure that you space them. You know, by the time you're weaning them, they will still be small, so you're going to be having issue with space if you don't have much space. So you can keep a maximum of 3 kids at the weaning stage. By the time they are growing, then you want to be reducing it. You want to be spacing them to maybe 2 maximum in a hutch, and then as time goes on you want to put them 1 to a hutch. This way it gives them enough room to run around, to play, to exercise. All that encourages their fast growth rate as well. So jam packing them in one hutch, it gives them lesser room to be free, to stretch their body, to run around, to exercise maybe when they want to play. So that actually hinders their growth rate, as it also promotes the spread of bacterial infection or any other infection that might be incubating in 1 or 2 of them. It can easily spread and affect the other ones. Now coming to the 6th point I want to point out is you want to try as much as possible to avoid inbreeding in your farm. Inbreeding is a very bad practice you want to involve in your farm. It comes with lots and lots of challenges, from stunted growth, from highlighted deformities or genetic deformities and all that and so on. So you want to try as much as possible to avoid inbreeding. Like I stated in one of my videos, inbreeding is a very bad practice you want to involve in. You can do crossbreeding, that's breeding between 2 different bloodlines, or you can do line breeding, which is breeding the daughter to the father, or breeding the mom to the son. But inbreeding, which is breeding siblings of the same litter is a very bad practice that you want to avoid in your farm. You can adhere to all these practices, keep them straight, keep them right. They are not as difficult as they sound, but you want to try as much as possible to keep those practices right in your farm. You will notice that your kids will be gaining more weight and more size within a short period of time, even though they are not eating that much. Yes, lest I forget, you also want to try as much as possible to always have a feed in their feed bowl. As you can see, this is an adult. She almost finished her food. Yeah, but the kids, they are always having feed in their feed bowl. Rabbits are not like a chicken that will want to eat till they finish their food. Rabbit takes their time to eat to their satisfaction, and they will rest even when the feed is not finished in their feed bowl. They will rest and then come back in another time, or they'll come back sometime, they'll eat a little and they will go back again. So that's how rabbits eat. So you want to try as much as possible to always have a food in their feed bowl or their feed tray, so that they always have food to eat, and not leaving this out. A steady supply of fresh water in their hutch. Now the last point I want to highlight is something that cannot be overemphasized in your farm, and that is going to be keeping a very clean hygiene in your farm. It affects both kids and adults. A good hygiene goes a long way to ensuring that your kids grow faster and healthy, because if they are not healthy, kids are highly susceptible to diseases, and those diseases and infection usually majorly comes in through poor hygiene in your farm. So you try as much as possible to clean your farm, make sure it's clean, free from ensure that the structure of your farm doesn't give them close access to their poo, or their urine doesn't get close to them. You ensure you clean your farm as well regularly to keep their health in check. So with all these, you can be assured of a fast growth from your kids, fast and healthy growth from your kids. So that's all I have for you guys on this video, and I hope you've been able to learn one or two things, and you should be able to correct some of the mistakes that you've been practicing in your farm. So from here, see you in the next video as you grow your farm with Scentfarms. This is Godsent of Scentfarms. Cheers and peace out. Bye guys.